Hello there, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Hi, Jackie. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for showing up. It's been a while, but I feel like we need to talk about some things. And, there's been a lot of things going on everywhere. So, in the political scene, on the political scene, and also um, in the courtroom. And, you know me, I feel like it's all linked anyway, but anyway, we're going to look into the energies of some of the things that are going on with Diddy and with T-Rup and see how things are going. How is everyone tonight? Let me know. Make sure you can hear me. Hi, Latrice. Hi, Carol. Okay, so I'm assuming everyone can hear me. Thank you guys for joining me. Hi, Janice. I hope everyone's having a good evening this evening. Great. Thank you, Jackie. Hi, Zen. It's Fabulous Friday, Miss Mary and friends. Yes, it is Fabulous Friday. Hi, Olivia. Hi, 2535 Apple. How are you? Good to see you guys. Yeah, we have some things to talk about. Um, there's been a lot going on, and I feel like there's even more to come before this month is over. Hi, Brenda. So I just feel like we need to talk about some things. And I remember, I don't know if you guys have been watching the Diddy trial, but I have. Hi, Linda. I've been kind of paying close attention to it because way back I predicted some things, and and I said some things about it being even bigger than what we think it is, and everybody was asking me, well, who are the people that's behind Diddy? Just like there's people behind the president. There's other things going on behind the president too. These people are not the ones pulling the strings. And if you've been watching the trial even a little bit, you probably realize now that um, some people have to be sacrificed in in a way so that others won't be identified. And I think that I still think that Diddy is a sacrifice. Now, in the beginning, I said that, I'm pretty sure he's going down. He's going to jail. He's either going to go to jail, or I feel like he could be Epsteined. Although we know what happened to him, I still feel like he's still walking this earth. But because there are so many big names involved, it's not going to be um, the trial is going to be kind of unusual. We're seeing it go back and forth already, but in order to keep other names out, like right now there's certain witnesses that they won't testify or they can't find them or whatever. That's because, guys, there's so many other people involved. Like people's lives are at stake. Okay. So you would think that this is just little Diddy doing his thing, but no, 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 no. He's a puppet. He's the puppet. And if you've been watching the trial, you now can see exactly where it's going and who's trying to be um, how they're trying to keep certain people quiet and that kind of thing. And yes, Diddy may be looking at getting at first I didn't think that was possible, but now that the more I look into it, it's possible that Trump may pardon him. And you may say, why? Well, think about it. Why would he pardon little old Diddy. Okay. So, and I remember that when we first started doing this thing on Trump, guys, and you guys remember I was using these cards, true crime. And the only thing that spirit was showing me was traffic, 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 runaway, all the things, you know, unalive, suicide, all those kinds of things. And I kept saying, this has got to be related. And it is. It is, guys. So I just want to look at the energy. Hi, Vansel, Renee. Did I miss anybody? Hi, Barbara. Um, I want to look at the energy around him and then also the energy around T-Rump because it's time for him to be. It's time, guys. It's time. I feel like it's time. You know what I'm talking about. So, anyway, we're going to get started. I will, of course, what I'm going to do first is yeah, I did. I cut my hair, Jackie. I think who asked that question? Von Seal. Yes. It needed a new start. And guys, I'm telling you, when the gray starts coming in, it's like your whole texture changes. And it's like, dang, I just can't do anything with it. So I decided to just go, cut it. Hi, Mary. We're going to take a look at the energy around Diddy at first. First thing we're going to do is look at him and see what the next week looks like for him. And I think, guys, I'm going to start, I think, with my my thesis deck because, I like to use my thesis deck and then go from there. Hi, Lisa. Michelle. How is everyone today? For those of you who, I don't remember where you're all from, but tell me where you're from. You know what, guys? Michigan, okay, we got so cold the last couple of days. First of all, we had like 80-degree weather. When was that? Well, a few days ago. And after that, everything it's been so cold. It says 50, but it feels like 40 or cooler. And it's just Texas, Mississippi, Virginia, Denver. Texas has got to be warm, I would think. Von Sil. Hi, Janice. Oh, Mississippi. Okay. I'm not sure about Mississippi. You guys may be having the same kind of weather we're having here. I think. Let me know. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Can't make up his mind. Who's that from North Carolina? Oh, north of Boston on the coast. Cold and rainy. Yep. Yep. Michelle says hot. Mm-hmm. I believe it. Georgia, Connecticut. Connecticut is one place I've never been. I would like to go see what it's like. I heard it's beautiful. And Mary's in Texas also. Wisconsin. Okay. So Brenda, you're probably getting what I'm getting. Yeah, I bet you it's the same thing. And Gwen says B. Maryland, 58 degrees. Okay. Well, right now, so you probably were warmer earlier today. Chicago, you're probably getting the same thing we're getting. Yep, chilly. Olivia says it's chilly. Hi, Shirley. Hot. Was just watching the protest outside. Oh, okay. Outside the White House. That's another thing we got to look at, guys. Now, I don't know. he still keeps coming up with crazy things. Okay. Every time you turn around, there is something different, but you know that that's his whole plan is to keep us off guard and just to keep throwing stuff at us. So, yep, it's cold. North Texas in the 80s. Wow. That sounds wonderful. I like the 80s and the 90s. See, Florida. Okay. Lisa says, hi, Mary. Oh, you watch me all the time. You live in West Florida. Thank you for watching, Lisa. Punta, 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 Georgia, Punta, Florida. Punta Gorda, Florida. 98. Now, believe it or not, guys, I'm not crazy, but that's the kind of weather I like. I don't know. It just really gets my energy up. A lot of people says it takes their energy. Not for me. It gets my energy up. And maybe that's because I was born in the South, in South Carolina, even though I live in Michigan. And I've been in Michigan forever, but still have family down there and stuff like that. But I don't know if that weather, that heat got in my blood, and I love it. And of course, living in Michigan, and I like having the seasons. But our summer is pretty short. Olivia says only 60. Yeah, it seems like it's going backwards. Where it should be warm is cold, and where it should be cold is warm. I'm a New Englander through and through, retired, moved to Georgia. Big mistake heading home soon. Oh, you don't like it, Renee? Okay, you don't like it in Georgia. Wow. Barbara says it's 50. Yeah, well, I'm wondering, Barbara, what it was earlier. Did you say that? Because now that's cooling off. Okay, do you know that he barely showed up at that dinner? Really? Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Linda says, Mary, you're right. I remember when you said it. Yeah. Yeah. It's just, Catherine is on the ocean in New Jersey and it's cold and rainy. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you guys get the same thing we do because we're so, even though we're so called the Midwest, I never could figure that out, but closer to the east, I would say we're closer to the east, and that's where pretty much we get the same weather sometimes, except for when the hurricanes come up the coast. Oh, Shirley, you were born in Charleston, South Carolina. Wow. Yeah. I was born in a country town called Bishopville, South Carolina. Yeah. It's near Sumter, Columbus. Um, Real small town. All those billionaires showed up because they were supposed to get with Trump. He showed up for 30 minutes. And wasn't that about his coin or something? The coin that, thank you, Linda. She said I look pretty with short hair. Thank you. Weren't they supposed to be showing up with something to be about he and Marlenia's coin, Bitcoin, or whatever they have? Okay, so that makes me think if he wasn't there that long, guys, and we have to read on it. Yes, please subscribe and hit that like button, guys. Thank you, Catherine. If he wasn't there that long, there's probably something going on with him. Okay, it was 80 in West Virginia. Yeah. See, that's good weather to me. I love that, Barbara. Hot on the Gulf, just about all year round. Yeah, see. I like the seasons. I just wish the winter wasn't as long. Cool in Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta can get cool too. Crypto. There you go, Barbara. Crypto. So what's about that? Hi, Marcia. We're going to read and see what we can find out, Marcia. YSL TV. Okay. Um, yeah, just to make money. Tennessee. But the thing about it is the atmosphere has shifted a lot. Yes, it has, Linda. The thing about it is with that crypto stuff, people they believe in him though. That's the thing. But let's take a look at um, Diddy first. I'm going to put down. Let's see what's going to happen with him. I really want to know. There's supposed to be a surprise witness coming. I think that's the first thing I'll ask about the surprise witness and see if we can get information and what they're going to tell about that. What that witness is going to tell us. If there are going to be any more surprises. We pretty much know what he's done, but there's got to be some way that somebody is showing that it actually happened, that they can prove something. That's my thing. Wow. Surrender and joy. Reality. Okay. So, Spirit, tell us about that first witness. What is that? I'm thinking that reality is about J Lo. I should read on her. Maybe I will. I got a feeling she's already been, some of them have already been talked to. They stepped forward, gave their information, and I think she may be one of them, but we'll see. Let's see about the surprise witness. What is she going to have to say? Oh, she's going to talk about him for sure. There's the devil. I always put the devil with the evil person. So they're going to, it's going to be big, whatever it is. I got 3 major arcana here. Now, they're going to surrender all the information. They're going to be happy to surrender all the information. And we're really going to see the real truth, whatever this person is bringing out. Hi, Nitley 10. Whatever this person is bringing out, it's going to put some reality to the whole. It's going to help bring the whole thing together. Now, this person is going to be somebody really big because we have the devil here. So they're going to talk about all the things that he did, how he manipulated people. And with the Empress here, they have a bunch of news. So it's got to be somebody that's been really close to him. And I think that they're supposed to, they're going back. The court is going to reopen on Tuesday. So it's got to be sometime next week that they're going to, this person is going to come out. But this person has a lot of information and they're ready to tell. We're going to talk about they're going to talk about the money, all the money deals. I think it looks like they're going to talk about how he got people. This is like the retreat card. So they're going to talk about the things that he gave them in their drinks and that kind of thing, guys. And how he made them relax and really be out of it. That's what this card is saying. And this person is really ready to talk because they want to move on. They want to get this off their shoulders and they want to move on. What else, Spirit? Okay, so it's like they're going to bring in some new information that we haven't heard. And yeah, this this information that they bring in is going to be surprising. It's going to be very, very emotional. Wow. So, and they're going to talk about the kidnapping. So this person, the surprise witness, has a lot of information, and I think we're going to get to the nitty gritty of the RICO stuff that, they've been talking about what they need in order to get him convicted and that kind of thing. All that's going to be talked about. Now let's see. I think that Diddy will take a plea deal because there's a lot. Well, he's already been offered a plea deal, and he's already passed it up. He didn't want it. The plea deal was for him to get like 15 years, and he already said he wasn't going to do that. So I'm sure he wishes he had done it now, but we're past that point, Lisa. Yeah, he turned it down. He turned down the plea deal. Yeah, I read on Hollywood. I had a little series going about Hollywood too. Yeah, Hollywood is definitely done. And I do believe that, it burned for a reason. Now we know what the reason is. Well, we knew in the beginning. We figured that out way back. Okay, so let's look at Lisa. No, let's look at Jennifer Lopez. Okay, I can read on that too. Did they get rid of Gina? I think with Gina, they may have paid her off or something. But anyway, what's going on with Jennifer Lopez, Spirit? Because see, she has a lot of information. She's been involved in a lot of things too. And Jennifer Lopez, Spirit, tell me about Jennifer Lopez. Get my thesis cards for Jennifer. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna testify? Cautious. Okay, so tell me what we need to know about her being cautious, Spirit. Jennifer Lopez. Judgment. 7 of coins and the Fool. Okay, so here's the deal about her. This is they're going to bring a lot of things up from the past. You guys remember, she had the GUN in her purse when the lady got shot. We've been over that already. She carried it in. Now, I'm sure that I can't remember. Okay. So she has to be cautious, guys. What if she committed some kind of perjury? Because she got off on that. He got off. I can't remember exactly what the story was, but there was a trial about that, and he got off on it. Now there could have been some kind of perjury, because things about the past are going to come back up. There is a lot of confusion. Okay, this cautious things is about the choices that she has to make, and she realizes that this is a big risk for her. Okay, so I didn't get a yes or no. Oh, here's at the bottom of the deck is a death card, guys, which is telling me that something is going to come to an end for her. We're talking about Jennifer Lopez, Spirit. All right, Spirit. So, will Jennifer? All right, Spirit. Show me yes. Show me no. Okay, thank you. My name is Mary. My name is Mary. Okay, yes. Okay, Spirit. Will Jennifer Lopez have to testify during this trial, this Diddy trial? Okay, saying no. She won't testify. Spirit, has she been asked to testify? Has she been subpoenaed? Has she been subpoenaed? No. Okay. So maybe she's just being cautious about what she's saying because of things that have come up in the past. I think that, yeah, she realizes how foolish she was for doing what she did do with him. And I think she's made some other choices. Yeah, because she wants to bring this whole thing, she wants to bring it to an end. So she's not going to testify. Nope, she's not going to testify. I think that the fact that the trial that the thing that she was involved in, that trial has already happened, Bonsil, and Diddy got off on it, you know. So I think that that's probably why she would need to testify again. And I don't know if when J-Lo was involved, was he doing he was doing some things, we know, but I don't know if the trafficking is, because that was pretty early on when J-Lo was involved. Spirit, is J-Lo still in the country? No, she did leave. She left the country, guys. And a lot of them are gone. A lot of celebrities have left. Okay, so we read on the energy around the person that's the witness that's coming up that we have no idea who it is. We read on J-Lo, so now I want to move on to Diddy. I want to see what things look like around him, because don't forget, guys, you know R. Kelly is involved. This whole thing circles all the way around, which is why R. Kelly was so shocked, you know, and I felt it when they said when they convicted him, he couldn't understand why they did him like that. Like they threw him under the bus. Well, who's going to come to his rescue? Because that would mean that they were just as involved as he was, but he was a little slow in figuring it out that nobody was going to come to his rescue, you know. So Diddy seems a little more cocky, so which tells me that probably he may know something that we don't know. Should fill out. I'm going to put it back in. I don't see if it comes back again. I'm sure he's trying to pull some strings and that kind of thing, because Diddy still has a little bit of money, although he's paying out millions of dollars for his lawyers and things like that. But you know, he has his kids on the outside working for him too. Okay, let's see. This is on Diddy. Family commitment. See, his family, his kids are out there helping him do the dirty work. Carefree. Remember, I just said he's acting like nothing, you know, like he may know something that we don't know or whatever, even though, who was the last person? Kid Cudi or whatever. I think he gave a lot of information that kind of made him feel some kind of way. And achievements. But let's see what Spirit wants us to know about that. Tell us about the energy, Spirit, around Diddy for the upcoming week. What is it, Spirit, that we need to know. I am going to do a whole thesis on him. And I think I will use these. Tell us about Diddy Spirit. They're jumping out. Tell us about Diddy. What's going on with him right now, Spirit? What is the energy around him, Spirit, for the upcoming week? And I hate to say this, guys, but really, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I try not to be, but I just try to look at reality and think critically. And I feel like if he feels like he can be a little cocky, it's because he knows that he has people higher up that's working for him or with him. Now, this could be even in the government, guys. Don't think that that's not possible. Okay. All right, Spirit. Tell us about Diddy upcoming. And I only pull cards for 3 days, guys, because some things are going to overlap. We don't know how they're going to go when we're talking about court, family commitments. And we have the Knight of Cups. So I have a feeling that his children, family commitments, his children, the young men are going around making offers to people and telling them, what they need to do, trying to get people or keep people away that he doesn't want to show up and that kind of thing. This is when you see a knight is like a young man. So that's what's happening there. And then we have strength cards. So they feel strong. See, they still feel strong about what's going on. It's not like they're, I feel bad for his girls that were in there, but the men, the boys, they're older, they're young men. They've been involved in this too. So they must be having some kind of progress at keeping some people away. I wish we knew more about Allie Carter and what's going on with her, because I believe she's been telling that story for the longest, and I believe what she says. But they haven't. I really think that she has to be careful. She has to really stay hiding, and we should read on her too, to make sure, see if she's okay. Okay, and then we have home. I get out of home that they're committed. They're committed to taking care of things on the outside. They feel strong, and they feel like their father is coming home. This is basically for the boys who are out there helping with the dirty work. Just say the dirty work. Okay, and then we have carefree. And with carefree, first card up we have is the Page of Pentacles. So planning, they're trying to focus on, they're focused on the money too, guys. Let's just face it, they're focused on the money. And they want to make sure that their father, keeps his money. If he keeps his money, that means that they get to keep the money. Okay, so they're working on that. And then we have, the structure. Yeah, okay. So Diddy is focused on making sure everything that pretty much he keeps his money too. Carefree, he keeps his money. He's looking for support. He's looking for support, and he may have some support. Okay, so this witness that's coming up, she's going to give up a lot of information. But of course, the defense is going to turn around and there's going to be support, some kind of support that comes across for him after that. So they've got to make up for that. Remember, guys, this trial is 8 weeks. Well, we got 6 weeks now to go. So we still got a while. So it's going to go back and forth. So they will get some kind of support. And then we have the devil. So he's still, carefree devil, still doing his thing. And then achievements. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know about his achievements. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is about the women. This is about all the women that he's, messed over, that he's done the same thing with, along with Cassie and that kind of thing. And I also feel that this is the women attorneys on the government side that's going to be cutting him down. Okay, so they're going to be bringing in these witnesses that are going to help to take him down. So that's their achievements. Okay, and then we have the two of swords. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth again, like I said, a lot of decision making. It's going to go back and forth. But guys, organized crime. Okay, this is the thing. This is one of the RICO charges that can come up to help bring him down. I think the organized crime part of it is definitely going to come into play next week in some kind of way. And it might be with that surprise witness that's coming up. So we're going to know for sure sometimes next week that he's involved in organized crime. Now, see, this is why I say that he's going to be Epsteined or he's going to prison, because trust me, he's not the only one that's involved. And they keep saying, if to have RICO charges, you got to have more than one person involved in RICO charges. Okay. So if there's organized crime, there's got to be other players in it. And most of the people that's coming forward and that are talking on the prosecutor side, some of them have been given some kind of immunity or something. They're if they show up and tell what they know, it's going to be easy going for them, which is why a lot of them are deciding to show up right now. But if they don't, they can be put into this organized crime category. But can you guys remember, when we talk about the organized crime, we're talking about big people, rich people. Think of the rich people. Think of rich people in the government. Think of rich people in entertainment. And you can go even past that, because there are other energies that we don't see that are involved also, guys. That's going down another rabbit hole that I'm not going to go down right now. But yeah, there's a lot involved. Okay, so we talked about Diddy. So we can look forward to some big things coming up next week for him. Now I want to talk about Orange Peel, because we're at the end of the month. And I think when I did that monthly one for him in May, this week, some big things were supposed to happen with him. So let's see what's going to happen with Orange Peel the end of the week, Spirit. And I'm going to light my sage, guys. All right. Let's see what's going to happen with Orange Peel, Spirit. Get my other cards. Okay. I gotta get my thesis card for him. I'm only gonna do 3 days again for him. There was someone else I was supposed to look at though for Diddy. Who's it? Let me go back. Why is that? It's hiding everything. Somebody asked me, oh, Clyde Davis. Clyde Davis, he's a good one. Yeah, let's stay on Diddy for a minute. Clyde Davis, and there was somebody else. Clyde Davis, somebody asked. Let me see. And I said I would look at him. Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres, we know she's involved for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, everything is allegedly. She has something to do with that. Well, they had something to do with JD Vance. Why is JD Vance so quiet? Okay. There was somebody else. Yeah, he has something to do with. Guys, don't put it past. There's so many people. Okay, we looked at J-Lo. Yeah. Okay, we'll look at Garcia. We'll come back to Garcia. Come back to the political in a minute. I just want to make sure. Who was that somebody asked me to look at? Oh, Gina. When you say get rid of, let's look at it this way. Let's do it this way. I'm back. I think someone I heard say she decided she's going to testify for the defense. So, Spirit, will Gina testify? No. Has she been paid off to keep quiet? Yes, she's been paid off. Has she been unalived? No, she's been paid off. I heard that she switched sides or something. Okay. I think Diddy. No plea deal for Diddy. He passed that up. Justin Bieber. Okay, guys, remember he came out with that statement. Okay, guys, I already read on him. Last week he came out with that statement and said that he was not involved in any. He was not a victim of Diddy's. Okay, he said that, but I read on it, and he was not telling the truth. Okay, so maybe he just doesn't want to rehash all of that again, because I'm sure it's very hard for him to talk about that kind of thing. Remember, he was very young, like a young teenager, like 13 or 14 or something like that, when Diddy got his hands on him. So I'm just going to ask again if he'll be testifying. Okay. Spirit. Will Justin Bieber testify at the Diddy trial? I'm getting yes. Spirit. Was Justin Bieber lying when he said that he was not one of Diddy's victims? Was he lying? Yes. Well, already we figured that out last week, guys. Remember? Okay. So, Spirit, is Justin Bieber the surprise witness? No, he's not the surprise witness. Okay, it's a female because it is a female, but okay, is the surprise witness a female? Okay, yes, it is. All right, Spirit. Will Justin Bieber make a court appearance and testify? Okay, so guys, he said, okay, so he's going to testify. We know that. Okay, Spirit. Will Justin Bieber testify for the defense? Okay, he's not going to give him up. He's going to testify for the defense. Wow, Justin Bieber, you're never going to get over this if you don't tell the truth. Okay, now we want to know about Usher. Now, I saw somewhere where they said that Usher, now this could be alleged, guys, because everything, and I don't read everything on it that comes on the internet. Sometimes I check my cards, but Usher they said, is going to tell the truth. He has a book out there or something like that. Now, I only read headlines. I don't know if that's true. So we need to know if he's going to testify. I'm going to ask that first before I pull any cards. Spirit, will Usher testify at the trial? Okay, he's going to testify. Okay, Usher. Usher. Spirit, is Usher testifying for the defense? No. Okay. Spirit, is Usher testifying for the prosecution? Yes. Okay, so what I saw in the headlines is true. He's going to testify for the prosecution. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know about that. I'm surprised. I really am. But I mean, now Usher has evidence of what happened to him. You guys, I know you guys probably already saw everything that they said that happened to Usher because he ended up in the hospital. And so that would be evidence. Plus, well, his mother would be hearsay, but she would be at the hospital. She know what the doctor said and all that. So she could be testifying. Okay, Spirit, what is it? Tell us about Usher's testimony, Spirit. Tell us about Usher's testimony. Oh, Usher is stressed. Okay, again, he's being cautious. And dream, I don't know what that is, but that could mean that his dream is to get this all over with and to come out with the truth. But we'll see what Spirit says on that. Okay, Spirit, we need to know more about Usher. I'm sure it's caused him a lot of stress. You know, he's been still trying to work. But here's the deal. Usher. Wow. Okay, Justice flew out. Justice, which he could be bringing out information that's going to help bring justice. Then we have the moon. So he's going to bring out some things that we don't know about, some secret things. He has some things that he hasn't talked about before. And we have the King of Cups. So it's going to be very emotional for him when he talks about this. Okay. Um, what I was going to say, Usher brought Justin Bieber to Diddy. So he could be feeling a little guilty about that. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles. I think he's going to talk about the fact that um, how this would have affected his career. This may be a point where he talks about how Diddy told him that if he didn't do it, that his career was not going to go further. Or, he was young too. Mentally, he probably was telling him something about, you do this, you do that, blah, blah, blah. And your career is going to move forward, because he felt kind of like he didn't want to be left out, like out in the cold. He came there for a reason. He was talented and he wanted it to happen. Okay. What else? What else would he say, Spirit? I think he's ready to release it all. This is in the reverse, the four of swords. Okay, so he's ready. He's ready to let it go. He's ready to release what he knows. We have the Hierophant. I think this is about him keeping the secrets and that kind of thing. And like I said, feeling isolated, feeling alone and that kind of thing. But now he can release. And we have the Emperor. Yeah. So he's going to talk about it. He's going to talk about Diddy. And they're going to get a lot of information out of him. Again, very emotional. These people that are getting up here talking about what he did to them and how it happened and all that kind of thing, it's emotional for them. Even the people that have watched with Cassie and that kind of thing, and they didn't say anything. They didn't take control of the situation. They feel emotional about that. Then we have the King of Wands. This is him. This is him taking action. He's going to release a lot of information. So we can look for Usher to show up, guys. He's going to be telling a lot when he shows up. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back down because I think I got every. Okay, we talked about J-Lo. J-Lo is not going to testify. Oh, Catherine. Oh no, you're talking about, because that his person that did everything, took care of everything. Wasn't her name they call her KK, Catherine something. I think she's gonna flip on him too. I don't know for sure. Can't think of her name. Guys, put her name. If you can think of her name, put it in the chat for me. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Catherine. She said my skin is glowing. Thank you. Maybe that's because this candle is right here. I appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah. Jackie says sage the hell out of the room. Brenda, I think you're saying, will they? I think they can freeze this money. Yes, everything is alleged. Kimora. Ooh. Now that's a good one, because see, that depends on if Kim comes into the conversation, because her and Kim Porter were good friends. Let's see if she'll testify. Spirit. Will Kimora Lee Simmons testify at the Diddy trial. Yes. Yes, guys. Okay. Spirit. Is Kamora Lee Simmons, is she the special witness that's coming up? Is she the surprise witness? Is Kamora Lee Simmons? Ooh, guys, I'm getting yes. She's a surprise witness. Spirit, does Diddy know that she is the surprise witness? He should know. Yes, he does. For entertainment purposes only, guys. Everything's alleged. Now, Kamora knows all about Kim Porter. Spirit, will Kamora Lee Simmons testify for the prosecution? Okay, so she is gonna, which I'm not surprised that it would be for the prosecution, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay, we need to know what she's going to talk about. Spirit, tell us. Tell us about that. Was a good question about Kamora Lee. I didn't even think about her. Well, see, Russell Simmons, her ex, he left the country because he was, involved in some things. He was accused of rape when he left the country. He wasn't still her husband then, but still, she's got, I think they have 2 kids together, something like that. But he hung with Diddy. This thing is going to get so deep, guys. Okay, let's see. I think she feels like this. We got to depend. I think she feels like Kim is depending on her to help with this situation. Okay, it says true love path. I think this is just the love that was between her and Kim Porter. They were good friends. And normal. I'm not sure about normal. I really have to. Normal. What is that about, Spirit? It's about the children. Remember, guys, I channeled Kim Porter in one of the videos recently, and she was concerned about her children. And I think this is how she wanted them to have a normal life. So she's showing up again. Okay, Spirit, tell me about Kamora. Tell me about her testimony, Spirit. Wow. The moon. She knows about some secrets. Page of Cups. Okay, so She has been, somebody has gotten to her and tried to offer her to, stay out of it or whatever. So she's an offer. Now, I feel like I think that if the prosecution made her an offer, they wouldn't really have, yeah, this has got to be his because the prosecution's offer would be bigger. And this is like a small offer. The Page of Cups is like a small offer. So I'm thinking that this is some of Diddy's stuff trying to get to her. And so we have the Sun. Exposure. Now, I think Kim's name has come up once or twice. So she's gonna be the one to bring a lot of exposure to that part of it. But there should be other people that's testifying. Oh, like I'll be sure. I'm not sure about him, but we know that all the people around Diddy had some kind of pneumonia, some type of something involving pneumonia. And also, what's his name recently, the last one? I can't think of his name. I can never think when I'm online, guys. Have to forgive me. You guys know the last one that was just, he was in a coma. Mary J, the surprise witness. No, I think it's, I can ask about Mary J, but I think it's going to be Kimora. Right now, that's what Spirit is saying, unless there may be more than one surprise witness. Now, that could be. Hi, Tab. Shirley. I don't know if I spoke to you. Let's see if there's more than one. Spirit. Will there be more than one surprise witness? Okay. So they've got some witnesses. There's going to be more than one surprise witness that they're not letting us know about. And I wonder why. Why they're keeping these people as surprise witnesses. Maybe it's because they don't want people to get to them to try to change their story. So, Spirit, is Mary J. Blige, will she be a surprise witness? No, she won't be. Okay, will she testify, though, Spirit? Will she testify? She will testify. Thank you. Will she testify for the defense? Will she testify for the defense? No. Will she testify for the prosecution? Yes. See, Mary J. Blige been involved in some stuff too. She knows a lot. She knows a lot. Okay, so she won't be, but she will testify. Well, I'm glad you're here, Tab. You're not that late. We've been going on for a minute, but you're not that late. Okay. So she's going to bring a lot of secrets out. There's a lot of things that she knows that's been hidden. They've been trying to get her, Diddy's team has tried to make her some kind of offer, but she's gonna bring a lot of exposure. Anything else, Spirit, that she's gonna be she's gonna have a strong case for whatever it is they're asking her about. Anything else, Spirit? She knows something about the sex trafficking. Have the Page of Wands. She's going to give us some information about that. And here's the Death card. So she's going to bring some information that's going to bring an end to some things. So whatever her testimony is going to be, it's going to be strong, and it's going to help them to wrap up something. And it probably has to do with the trafficking, because she knows about that. Yeah, and the money, how he made money and that kind of thing, how money changed hands, that kind of thing. Wow, Kimora. I almost forgot about her. Okay. Going back down. Janet Berry says, did Ellen introduce Twitch to Diddy? Yes, she did. So it makes me think about a lot of rumors that were going around about Twitch and why he unalived himself, in quotation marks, unalived himself. Yeah. I think Ellen's probably already disappeared out of the country too, though. If she's been subpoenaed, why would she be, though? It's like they're going for the small fruit, guys, if you know what I mean. The hanging fruit. They haven't gotten to the bigger people yet. Okay, so is Ellen still in the country? No, she's not. Nope. And Valerie says, will information come out if Jay-Z and Beyonce are involved? Okay, I read on Jay-Z and Beyonce way back in the past when this stuff started first coming up, and eventually they're going down to, I don't know if it's going to be with this trial, or it can't be with this trial. They're not charged in this trial. I think that a lot of people, they're like, the trials are going to be ongoing even when they get done with Diddy, guys. Okay, so let's look at this. Will information come out about Jay-Z's involvement with Diddy? Yes. Thank you. Will information come out about Beyonce's involvement with Diddy? Now, see, that's a maybe. I think that Beyonce entered the picture later, that Diddy and Jay-Z were friends before Beyonce came into the picture. Because she's kind of like, she's quite a bit younger than Jay-Z. So in a sense, it's kind of like Cassie. You know what I'm saying? She was young when she got with Jay-Z. So we'll have to watch and see what happens with her. But yeah, I have a feeling that, and this is what I read on in the past, that they both are going to go down. Now, it might not be right now with the Diddy stuff, but I don't think the energies have changed around that. So, Spirit, will Jay-Z and Beyonce also go down in a negative way? I'm getting yes. But like I said, I don't think it's going to be, some things may come out about them if they let them in. You know, somebody could say, well, they were at the party when blah, blah, blah happened, and then that may spark something. But we have to remember the trial is about Diddy. Spirit, did Diddy have Twitch unalived? Did Diddy have Twitch unalived? No. Oh, Clyde Davis is who I was supposed to. Okay, I'm reading on him next. Spirit, did Clyde Davis have Twitch unalived? Did Clyde Davis have, yes. See how quick Spirit dropped Clyde Davis into my spirit? Mm-hmm. Clyde Davis. Let's read on him. No, I'm just going to do a clear reading, straight reading on him. Tell me about Clyde Davis, Spirit. Okay, so we all know that he's involved with this. That's why I say Diddy is a sacrifice. The big people are going to be protected, and the little people are going to go to prison. And you would think, why now? That's a good question. Well, let me read on Clyde Davis. Tell us about Clyde Davis, Spirit. What are the energies around him concerning this trial? Concerning Diddy and things that went on with him and Diddy. There's a lot of manipulation going on. Okay, I'm back. My internet is brought into the picture, but here's the deal, guys. For some reason, well, we know why, but because he's one of those big people that I said the little people are going to go down, and in a sense, he's defending himself. And this is what makes me wonder, as far as the government goes, whose side is the government on, really? But there's a lot of manipulation going on. There's as far as he goes, and there are clear choices being made. He's making things happen. They're making plans. Of course, they're dealing with a lot of money. This is kind of a slow process because he does want to keep his name out of everything. You know what I'm saying? He wants to keep his name out of it. So, he has the money to pay the people to keep his name out of things. Let me use a true crime cards. Yeah, he's taken a lot of action. And of course, when the money is involved, it's like, here he comes to make sure that certain people stay quiet, that his name stays out of things. Now, he may be involved with people overseas that are doing things also. So he's involved with the big names, guys. Think about the big names in politics that are overseas, that are not even in the United States, but we know their names. I got this 2 of Wands here, and it makes me think that he's making plans that, he talks to them, that they're all They are all involved, and they're all making plans to make sure that their names stay out of this. So, people say Diddy, he's going to talk, but if he talks, that's not going to be good for him. If he gives names, how long do you think he's going to last in the prison? Okay, Spirit, more on Clyde Davis. Okay, good neighborhood. Let's come back to that. Yeah, they're having meetings. They're talking about this. They're gathering about this. Everything that's going on. Neighborhood 101 and 102. I have 203. 203. Justice. Who's the justice for? All right, I have to ask this question, Spirit. Does Clyde Davis want to see Diddy walk? No. Is Clive Davis and others working behind the scenes to make sure that Diddy doesn't walk? Yes. Now, supposedly Clyde Davis is the one that helped groom Diddy. Was Clyde Davis involved in the grooming of Diddy? Yes, he was. Will Clyde Davis have to testify? No, he won't. It's just sad, guys, when you think about it. How people get wrapped up in stuff and don't even know what they're getting wrapped up in. I mean, well, Diddy came from a crime family, so it probably was easy for him. Okay, Spirit. Did Diddy ever work for the government in any capacity? Yes. Now, I heard that. This is just what I heard for entertainment purposes only. That he was some kind of informant or something at one point, which is why he's so surprised that he's that they've brought him down and there hasn't been any help for him. And that's why he was walking around so nonchalant, like when they were broke into his homes and everything, because he thought he was just going to walk like normal. Spirit, does politicians overseas have anything to do with what's going on with Diddy? Yes. That's this overseas card I'm looking at right here, guys. Looks like, they're talking. He's talking to them. Now, this neighborhood, okay, this neighborhood Spirit, are we talking about the people that are in the network of the crimes? Is that what we're talking about? Yes. So it's the network, like the people in the neighborhood. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So 203 plus 2 is 205. 205. These are numbers that are on this card, guys. 101, 102, and this one here says 02. I got to know what that means. So when you add them up, they come to 205. 205. Okay, Spirit, tell me about the neighborhood. I need to know about the neighborhood, Spirit. The neighborhood is celebrating because, they're not worried anymore because they got their sacrifice. And even though the tower has come down, they're not concerned about it touching them. He's definitely a sacrifice. Now, so much has happened. It makes me think, not only does the sacrifice have to do with the organized crime, but it has to do with who's involved in it, of course, but also they get little old Diddy, Tootsie Roll Diddy, guys. I know you heard about that. And they make everything about him. In the meantime, Hollywood burns down because there's so much other information that could come out about a whole bunch of other people. And T-Rump doesn't, FEMA can't help rebuild anything. So as far as getting things done, that's very slow moving. It's going to take at least 4 years for that to be done. I'm still trying to figure out why. No. Okay. I know, universe. It's because it's time for us to know what's been happening. It's time for us to know about all the things that are, our eyes have been closed to a bunch of things. And the Spirit wants us to know what's been going on just because it's time for things to be cleaned up. Okay. Spirit, is this happening now at this time because we need to know, we need to open our eyes to what has been going on? Yeah, there's a spiritual lesson behind this, guys. It's not just happening because they were doing things they didn't have any business, but there's other, when I say that there's other things even outside of the big people, the big politics, this is what I'm talking about. There's spiritual matters that are going on in the universe that's bringing this all to our attention that we haven't been paying any attention to. And this is Spirit saying, connect to Spirit. These little people that we're discussing right now, it's a bigger message that Spirit is trying to get our attention. All right. I'm getting chills, guys. You know how I get when a Spirit talks to me like that. Spirit, tell me what else. What else, Spirit? What do you want us to know about this situation? With Diddy? Will there be bigger people that are going to come down with this whole thing, Spirit? I need to know. Tell me what it is you want us to know, Spirit. Okay. I think my cards are upside down, and they are. We have the Nine of Swords. Yeah. Okay. This card is talking about these people that are involved. They're worried because they know that this is not just, this started happening for a reason. They want to sacrifice Diddy. I think they know that it's bigger. I think they know that some of them are going to fall because it's like they're worried. But if I don't know if you guys can see, but up in this card, there is someone looking down at them, like a spirit looking down at them. So they're worried about what's going to happen with them. Does this have anything to do with orange peel spirits? This is the spiritual lesson, one of the spiritual lessons behind why orange peel is here at this time. Yes, it's all spiritual, guys. It's all spiritual. There's a light in the dark. There's a have and have nots. There's all of that. You know, if not this, then that kind of thing. Spirit is trying to clean it up. Okay, so what else, Spirit? Now, 3 of Cups. It's like the emotions are overflowing. Emotions are overflowing at this time, even though we can't see it. These people are doing everything they can to keep their names out of this. Then we have the Page of Wands. There's more information that's going to come out, guys, concerning actual deviance. I'll say actual. You know what I'm talking about, deviance. Yeah, we're going to find out about some young people. Guys, we already know that. We already been reading on this. There's some young people. I mean, it's some people that are not 18 yet that were involved. I shouldn't be saying that, young people, but you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. We're going to find out about the money, all the money that was involved. Now, see, this takes me back to Allie Carter. There's a tower at the bottom. So things are going to happen. It's like Spirit is ready to bring the house down. I keep asking why now, why now, why now? Because it's time for us to wake up, period. This is our opportunity as a whole, as a, you know, this is what Spirit wants us on earth to do right now. It's like we've been asleep for so long. This is going to get our attention. All right, Spirit, let me ask you this question. Are politicians involved in this Diddy situation? Yes. Are 20% of the, okay, is more than 20% of the political people involved? Is there more than 20% of political people involved? Yes. Okay, Spirit, is there more than 50% of politicians involved? Wow. If it goes over 50%. Okay, Spirit, is it more than 60% of politicians involved? No. Okay, Spirit. So it's 50%, but not more. It's more than 50, but not over 60. Okay. All right, Spirit. Can you tell us about law enforcement? Thank you. Spirit says yes. Is law enforcement involved in a negative way with the Diddy situation? Are any of law enforcement involved? Okay, yes. See, I'm not surprised about that. I'm sure you guys are not too. Okay, so Spirit, is there more than 20%? Is there more than 20% of law enforcement involved? Yes. When we talk about the Diddy situation, Spirit, are we talking about things that are related to Diddy or related to the offenses that Diddy is being charged with? Yes. Um, does okay. Is there more than 40% of law enforcement that would be involved in the Diddy situation? That's good. Okay, 20%, but not more than 40. Okay, what about 30%? Would it be 30% involved, Spirit? No. Okay. So at least 20% of law enforcement is involved. Yes. Okay. So at least 20% of law enforcement is involved, guys. So you see how this thing is so big that it's going to be hard. And yeah, Diddy's going to go down, but then we got the other people too that have to fall. Okay. So, and they're protecting each other. They're protecting each other, guys. That's why I was thinking about the prosecution. How much is the prosecution on his side? Because the prosecution has to know some things, just like the defense has to know some things. They know more than we see. And I'm sure, okay, guys, you know that guy, what's his name, that shot up the place that the Trump, was it Trump Towers? Odie. He told about how law enforcement was involved. He named some big names and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that video, but he may be testifying too. I'm sure he is. So, Spirit, will Jonathan Odie be testifying? Yes, he will. So, he's already, I think he was in some kind of protected custody, although they never said it, because his trial never came about for shooting up. This is when Trump, his first presidential fake, whatever, when he's his first time. Okay. Um, Jonathan Odie did this, and this is how long it's been. And he there's never been a trial date or anything set for him. So this, which tells me that the government was probably working on Diddy way back then and probably even before. Okay. So this case is not something new, but there's probably so many other people involved in it that they have to keep their names quiet too. Okay. So where was I? Um, Jeez, I can't remember what I was reading, what I was asking. What was I asking about? Mm, I forgot that quick, guys. I'm sorry. Um, KK. Yeah. Um, yeah, Kamora Lee Simmons is going to testify. Let me go down. Let me see if you guys remember what I was asking. I got sidetracked, guys. I'm sorry. Hey, Quiet Breeze. Thank you. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you so much. Glad to see you're back. Tells me that your mother must be doing a lot better. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you for the donation. Those are your spirit rings. Back at you tenfold. And lots of love and light sent for your mother's recovery. Okay. Yeah, money talks. Money talks. You're right, Breezy. Um, I think, Joyce, I think that's what's going to happen. Um, let's see. Spirit. Will Diddy be Epstein? Oh, says no. Spirit. When I say Epstein, do you know what I mean? Yes. Okay. Will Diddy go to prison? Will he go to prison? Yes. So the energy is still around that. He won't be saved. They're not going to save him. And he won't be Epstein. So how are they going to get these other people? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I asked too many questions, I guess. I don't know. Um, Janet, I can ask. Yeah. I don't know if he's worse than Epstein. I don't know about that. Because Epps Epps, I shouldn't say his whole name, but Epps has a lot of there are a lot of unknown things. I think he's the same. I think they're equal. Yeah, it's what you think it is. Said Diddy had several people taken off the planet, but so did Epps. So did Epps. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle could be even, Prince. I read on that. Yes, Prince too. Hi, Liz. Um, let's see if Janet. Let's see about Janet. All right, Spirit, tell us about Janet Jackson. Can we ask you a question about Janet Jackson? Yes. Thank you. Was Janet Jackson involved with Epps? No. No, she wasn't. Yes, guys, hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you. Um, I know what you meant, sunshine. Hit the thumbs up. Okay. Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, he ran when he found out what was happening. But Dave Chappelle, does Dave Chappelle know what was going on with Diddy? He does. Thank you. Was he involved in any of the Diddy parties? No. Thank you. Will Dave Chappelle be called to testify? I'm getting yes. Thank you. Will he testify, Spirit? Will Dave Chappelle testify? Okay, he's not going to testify. I think he's out of the country, right? They may want him to testify, but he's out of the country. Um, yeah, that's a good point, Lisa. But you think they're going to, okay, Lisa says, because of everything and all the names involved, this is why she thinks that Diddy is going to take a plea deal because VIPs, including Orange Peel, do not want any more information to come out. Okay, so you think they're going to give him another plea deal? They're going to give him another opportunity? That would be hard because they already gave him the opportunity and he said no, he wouldn't take the plea deal. So, Spirit, will Diddy be given another plea deal? No. He's going to have to do time and keep his mouth shut, just like R. Kelly. R. Kelly is a part of this situation too. Um, Hi, Taurus 16. Um, yeah, yeah, they were paid to look the other way. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, Kardashians. Mm-hmm. Everything I say here is for entertainment purposes only, and everything is allegedly YouTube. Tell us about the Kardashians. Spirit. Are the Kardashians involved in the Diddy adventures? They are. Have they been involved in any of his criminal activities? Are they involved in any of his criminal activities? Yes. What about Ivanka? Is she involved in any of the criminal activities? I'm getting yes. Kim and Ivanka are very good friends. Okay. They're both they both have a lot of money. So we're talking about, you know, those kinds of people hanging together. So that's why I ask about Ivanka, although I've never seen a picture of her. Okay, so let's see. Did Ivanka ever attend any of Diddy's white parties? No. Okay, so she's involved in other ways like the handling of the money. Yes. You know what I'm talking about that with that. The laundry. Okay. So her and Kim, but I think Kim might have been because involved in the white parties. I think I've seen pictures of her and some of her other family members. Says no. Okay. Did he go to any of Diddy parties? Yes. Did he know what was going on at these parties? Yes. Did he leave before anything criminal happened? No. Was he involved in the Mex end of it? Was he involved in the Mex end of it, Spirit? Kanye West? No. So Kim and Kanye, they know about it. Remember, Kanye tried to run for vice president, whatever that was, back in the day. And he had the leeway, the opportunity to go in and be all over, T Rump's office. You remember that, guys? They were friends. And Kim has influence so that she can get, because I think she helped get somebody pardoned before, some people out of prison or whatever, when Trump was in office the first time. Okay, so will Kim Kardashian speak to Orange Peel on behalf of Diddy? She will. Now, I read somewhere that he's already threatened her and told her that she better get him. Now, I don't know if that's true. This is just internet stuff going on, guys. That she needs to talk to him about a pardon for Diddy. So Diddy has threatened Kim for entertainment purposes only um, and said that if she doesn't talk to Orange Peel about a pardon for him, that he's going to give out information about Kim. Okay. So Kim, I'm going to ask this again, Spirit. Will Kim talk to Orange Peel on behalf of Diddy? And she will. Okay. Will, okay, Spirit, will this help Diddy in any way? No. Thank you. Has she already approached Orange Peel about Diddy? Yes. Okay. This just entered my spirit. Has there been a has there been a threat to Diddy concerning releasing information about Kim? Yeah. See, that backfired. He's a sitting duck. And so he's not going to release any information. So it looks like right now, okay, Spirit, will Orange Peel pardon Diddy? No. He's a sitting duck. He can't make threats like that to people, high power people like that, and get away with it, because he could be Epps, although Epps is still walking around. Okay, let me see. Okay, maybe I'm just silly, but connected all those dots to Epps, Diddy. Yeah, yeah. No, you're not silly. We connected that months ago. This is why this is all happening. But I wanted to know, yeah, I wanted to go deeper. I wanted to know why now. And it's because Spirit wants to bring it all forth before our eyes so that we as a people can wake up to what's really happening around us. It's time for us to wake up. The Spirit is trying everything it can to get us to wake up, to really see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, they're all connected. They're all connected. Yeah. I go off on these tangents, guy, because she said don't feel bad because she forgets things too, Bonsil. But my mind sometimes when I get to connecting dots, my mind goes to racing, and then I got something here, something there, something, and then I forget. Okay. Diddy said himself he will not go down alone. Okay, so if he's going to tell, so he's ready to leave the universe because once he starts talking, so the only way he could do that, because I'm thinking the only way he could do that is if he got on stand, and they are not going to let him get on the stand. Okay, will Diddy testify on his own behalf? Okay, I'm getting yes. Now, okay, so that makes me think about he's going to testify on his own behalf. That is so unusual, though. They usually won't let you testify on your own behalf. I'm just trying to figure out Spirit. Does Diddy want to take the stand? Yes, he does. Okay. Will he be allowed to take the stand? No. So this is what he wants to do. Okay. So he's not going to be allowed to take the stand. So I couldn't figure that one out. Okay. So they're going to keep him off the stand. How else would he tell? Because you got to think about how else would he tell? there's people watching every move that Diddy makes because we're talking about these high-powered people here, guys. They're watching every move that he makes to make sure that their name doesn't get out. And if it looks like their name is going to come out, we know what's going to happen with him, right? Allegedly. Um, Spirit. Will Diddy have the opportunity to name others that are involved? Yes. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do that. Unless, okay, well, one of the witnesses on the prosecution side drop names about other high-powered people? Okay, I'm getting yes on that. Will this give the prosecution a chance to ask questions or bring in other people concerning this information about how high-powered people? Yes. Okay. Will Ellie Carter, will Ellie Carter testify, Spirit? Will she testify? Yes. Will she bring in names of high-powered people? Will she bring in names of high-powered people? Yes. So, Spirit, is Ellie Carter in hiding right now? Yes. Spirit, does the prosecution know where Ellie Carter is? Yes. Okay, Spirit. Will she be one of the surprise witnesses? Will Ellie Carter be one of the surprise witnesses? Yes, she will. So maybe that's where the names are going to get dropped. Okay. So of course she knows she's guys, if you've seen her interviews, she's named almost everybody, people you wouldn't think about. Okay. Spirit. Once Allie Carter drops names about high powered people, well, did he get the opportunity to testify on his own behalf? I'm getting yes. That just seems so far fetched, though, but we never know what's going to happen. I'm getting yes. I can't see him writing a note and saying this person, this person, this person was involved because if he's unalived, then would it be able to come into evidence? I don't know how that works because I'm not a legal person. I don't know. But I would think that that would be a challenge because who is he going to give it to that's going to give it to the right person? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of far-fetched. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, that's true. It's what you think it is, says so there's many artists, yes, that he's had taken out. Yes. Because that's how he became so powerful. Everybody was scared to Jamie Foxx. I was thinking, thank you, is what it is. You think it is. Jamie Foxx was the last person that had a problem that got some kind of medication at one of Diddy's parties or whatever. And him, LB Shore. Yeah. Hey, Sheila. Okay, I was looking for your email. I couldn't find it. Email me, Sheila. Thank you. Um, okay, Mary, will you ask Spirit if Allie Carter is safe still? Okay, before we got, see, the prosecution knows where she is, so she's safe. But I'll ask again. Spirit, is Allie Carter safe? Yes, she's going to be a surprise witness, guys. When, I don't know. So far we got Kamora and we have Allie as surprise witnesses. But like I said, this trial has got a little while to go, and we don't know, when they'll show up. I'm sure they'll show up when the prosecution, something happens and the defense get a leg up, and then the prosecution will bring in I think that's how they've been kind of working. They'll bring in a surprise when the defense gets a leg up. So we'll just have to watch and see when they come into the picture. But I think that Kamora, she may be the one next week, because there's one for sure coming next week. Yeah, says Corey Gamble for sure. Yeah, that's what I heard. Corey was at Kim Porter's house the morning they found her. That's what the internet says anyway. But guys, we can't believe everything that somebody puts out on the internet. That's the whole thing is, rumors go around. Is that true? Okay, well, Kim Porter's unaliving come up in the trial. I think her name has been mentioned already, but let's see. I think all of that, I think that's part of it, because that's part of the RICO thing. Spirit. Will Kim Porter's unaliving come up in the trial? Will Kim Porter's unaliving come up in the trial? Yes. Yes, it will. Okay, thank you. Will Diddy be associated with Kim Porter's unaliving? Yes. Now, last week or so, I did the reading on her where she was just concerned about her children. But if you go back a little while, I don't even know if it's been when it first happened with Diddy, I read on her, she came through. And yes, he definitely has something to do with it. He has something to do with it. And she's trying to get the information out. And I asked about the book and everything. She said that some of the things in the book were true and some were not. That was that first book that guy brought out that they had on Amazon that everybody was buying. And then they took it off of Amazon. But I think Albie Shore has a book. Let me ask. Yeah, Albie Shore has a book now. So, Spirit, does Albie Shore have a book coming out concerning the situation with Diddy, him, and Kim Porter? And that's a yes. Thank you. Is what Albie Shore saying in his book, is it truthful? And it says yes. Spirit says yes. It's truthful. Because when I asked about the first book, everything in there wasn't truthful. So I didn't even bother reading it. I just heard what people said online because Spirit said everything wasn't truthful. And they were just trying to sensationalize things because they said something about Albie Shore and Diddy having an affair. That's where Albie Shore started fighting back. All right, Spirit. Did Albie Shore and Diddy have any kind of actual relationship? No. That's where he drew the line. Because see, Diddy, well, let me ask Spirit. Spirit, was Diddy responsible for Albie Shore almost being unalived. Yes. So, yeah, I think they're going to find out. Thank you, Taurus. Um, I made all my bracelets, guys. The Taurus was talking about my bracelets. Um, I think it's going to come up. I think it's going to be part of it because it's too many people that know the truth about it. And eventually they're going to have to talk about it because it's part of the RICO charges. That includes that kind of thing, along with all the other people that he had unalived, which was why people were so afraid to even say anything. Mike Myers. Okay, guys, clue me in, Taurus 16, on Mike Myers. I'm not sure if I remember. I remember the name, but exactly how he fit in, I don't know. Okay. Mm. Okay, Lisa says, if Trump pardons Diddy, Diddy can no longer plead the fifth. Diddy can spill the beans on. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. This is what I heard on the internet, guys. I don't know if it's true. The prosecution is not going to bring out everything they know on Diddy just in case he gets a pardon. So T. Rump may pardon him for the charges that were brought up in this trial. But after T. Rump leaves office, it's like they've got these other charges that they can bring him back with. The same thing is happening with Harvey Weinstein. Remember, he got off, but then they brought him back for something else. So it's like I heard that there's a plan that they're not going to bring everything up all at once in case he does. But that's another reason why he wouldn't. That's another reason why Orange Peel wouldn't, you know, pardon him if he knows that he can just come back and tell everything and not plead the fifth. Why would he pardon him? That leaves him too wide open to get, information to come out about him. But I don't think it's even necessary for him to pardon him because he can turn around and give him the same, turn the tables on him and say, yeah, well, you can talk if you want to, but your family's out there, you got all these kids, your mom's out there, and then we can get you too, and everybody's covering themselves. Yep, he knew all about it. Spiritual war. There you go, Tab. Yep, there's a spiritual war happening. And not everything is as it's seen. Yep. Okay, I'm trying to see if there's any more questions on that. Yeah, I think Jay-Z is being watched. He thinks he's out of it. Ellie Carter is the one, the young lady who, when she was in her teens, like 13 or something like that, that was traffic concerning Diddy at one of his parties, I think, and more than once. So she knows a lot and she's been talking a lot. Yeah. Where's Ava? What happened to Ava? You think he's already given some names to the feds? That may be true, but the feds, you don't know who's involved. Who can you trust? Who can he really trust? Just because he's given names. I agree, Christine, our girl. Yes. Okay. Will any of Diddy's house producers be called to testify? I think they said that uh, a cook or somebody was going to be called to testify. I did hear that. Okay, Spirit. Will any of Diddy's people that worked for him that kept kept his houses up, will they be asked to testify? Yes. Will they testify? I'm getting maybe. So it probably depends on how things go and if they really need them. So have they been subpoenaed, Spirit? Have they been subpoenaed? Yes. Yes. Christine, you're right about that. Kimura knows exactly what happened between him and Kim Porter. They were best friends, yes. Um, and then he threatened Kimura. Y'all remember that? He threatened her. He tried to burn down her house with them in it, her and the kids in it. Do you remember that? Kimura is probably ready to tell everything she knows. Oh, here we go. It's what it is. What you think it is says it right here. Kimura's house was set on fire recently, too. Yes. That since everything came out about him, he was trying to tell her to shut up. And her house was set on fire. Yep. Okay. Is Corey Gamble involved in Diddy's mess, too? And will we hear about it? All right, Spirit. Is Corey Gamble involved in Diddy's situation? Yes. Will the public hear about this, Spirit? No. Will Corey Gamble be called to testify? No. There you go, Joyce. Aubrey O'Day. Aubrey O'Day. Which one is she? Is she one of the people that, is that one of his girlfriends or something? He had so many people. I don't know who all these people are. Okay. Spirit. Will Aubrey O'Day, well, first of all, has Aubrey O'Day been subpoenaed to testify? Yes. Will she testify, Spirit? Will Aubrey O'Day testify? She's been subpoenaed, but she won't. Does Aubrey O'Day want to testify, Spirit? No. Okay. Oh, okay. So remember, guys, the last time I read on people like this, they were subpoenaed, but they came forward and gave their information before the trial started. Okay. Did Aubrey O'Day already give the feds information? Yes. Thank you. Did this happen after she was subpoenaed? Yes. So that's why she's not testifying because she already gave him information. Okay. I'm reading everything in caps, guys. So remember. No, she already gave the feds information. Quiet storm. I don't think she was. Well, she could have been, but she already gave the feds information. Was Aubrey O'Day threatened? No. Remember, these people had a chance, guys, to come forward and tell the government what they knew. And if they didn't, then they had to come forward and testify. So a lot of these people that you're thinking should be testifying is because they decided to already go forward and give their testimony to the government. So that's why you're not seeing them. R. Kelly, can he? I don't know. He wasn't already. Okay, Linda wants to know, will R. Kelly testify for a plea deal to get out earlier? Can they do that after? Oh, well, you're saying, will he testify against Diddy? I don't think they really need him, but Spirit, will R. Kelly testify against Diddy? No. They have R. Kelly where they want him. He's not getting out earlier for anything. No. Rhonda P says she was in Danity Kane with Don Richard. Okay. Oh, that's the other girl I was asking. What about her? Okay. Well, she's not going to testify. Hey, Peaceful. No problem. I'm glad you're here. She says she's so sorry she's so late, but I'm glad you're here. You made it. That's good. Um, let's see. Prince knew something. Yeah. He told her, he told her what he knew and told her to stay away from him. And he has something to do with, Diddy has something to do with Prince. Yeah, Prince videoed stuff at the parties. He videoed some stuff. I don't know if he, um, oh, this was, yeah, he threw parties at Prince's house at one point. Yep. Okay, I'll ask if any of his sons will be prosecuted. Spirit, will any of Diddy's sons be prosecuted? Oh, yes. If you remember, this is going to be separate, guys. It's not going to happen right away because Diddy's on trial right now. Okay, so they got to get Diddy, Diddy situation straight. Usher and Justin need to be surprise witnesses. No, these are. I think. Okay, Justin is going to flip. He's already flipped. He already said that he's not. He hasn't been. He's not a part of the X things that Diddy was doing. So, but Usher is going to testify, but I don't think he's a surprise witness. Is Usher a surprise witness, Spirit? No. Has he been subpoenaed to testify? Yes. Thank you. Will he testify, Spirit? Will he? Yes. Justin is going to testify for the defense. Spirit, will Justin testify for the prosecution? Will Justin testify for the prosecution? No. Will Justin testify for the defense? Yes. Justin is weak, guys. You got to think about Justin. He's been through a lot, and he don't want to go through any more with him. And I think he's afraid too. And remember, Justin has a kid now. He don't want to go through all that. So he's gonna go the other way. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna tell the truth. He's gonna lie. I already read on that. The last time I read, he's gonna lie. He's not gonna own it to what happened. Great, Sissy. Sissy says, yes, you're saying you're late too, but you took a shower, got your pajamas on, and laying in bed watching. Great, great. Just take it easy and watch. Yeah. Okay. Renee says, did this have anything to do with, oh, I didn't know his sister died. Would she have known? Would she have known? Sheila E. could have, well, he could have told his sister. All right, Spirit. Did Prince's sister know about things that happened with Diddy? Did she know about things that happened with Diddy? Yes. Was Prince's sister at any of the parties that Prince had that for Diddy? Was she at any of the parties? Okay, yes, she was. Did Diddy know that she had information about him and things he did? Yes. Was Diddy involved in the unaliving of Prince's sister? Yes. Wow. Mm, mm, mm. Wow. Britney Spears? I never heard of her being at any, but let's see. Was Britney Spears at any of the freak offs? Yes, she was. I don't know why I feel like that was before her time. Does Britney Spears know what happens at Diddy's party, Spirit? Yes. Hmm. I guess she was involved. Britney Spears did go to some of the freak offs. Is that correct? Yes. Thank you. Did Britney Spears do anything illegal, Spirit? No, she didn't do anything illegal. And guys, okay, I got to ask about Wendy Williams. Spirit just dropped her in me. I got to ask about her. All right. Now, I read about Wendy Williams way back, guys, way back when she got sick. Guys can go look at that. And my thing was, she's going to get out or whatever the deal was with her, and she's going to be okay. And that eventually she's going to find somebody that's really going to love her. Okay. And we can see now that they were playing games with her. Now, I don't know if she's really, there's something really mentally wrong with her, but when we see her, when we get a chance to see her, she looks okay. But she had a lot of information about Diddy, too. Okay, Spirit. Will we hear Diddy? Will we hear? All right, Spirit, start over. Will we hear Wendy Williams talk about Diddy on a big platform like what she had before? I'm getting yes. Thank you. Did Wendy Williams know about the freak off parties? Was she aware of the freak off parties? No. I'm surprised. Does Diddy have anything to do with Wendy Williams having that having people over her money and making sure she's out of the way? Does Diddy have anything to do with that, Spirit? Good, yes. We know the beginning of the story, how Diddy tried to, well, she got fired from her job because she said some things about him being gay, her radio show in the first beginning. And then he had these women to come to try to jump her. But then this is a story. This is a story that they said that Wendy says. Okay, she's working at the radio station. She talked about Diddy. Diddy had these women come to jump her. But before she was married to her ex-husband, he noticed that something was going on. I guess he had been watching, I don't know, Pick Up Wendy or something. And he noticed that something was going on and he stopped it. And that's how him and Wendy got involved because he was like her knight in shining armor. He came to rescue her. So from the beginning, Diddy had something to do with her career and her losing her job. So I know she won't. Will Wendy no, she's not involved though. Okay, Spirit. Will Wendy Williams testify at Diddy's trial? No, no. So does she know that Diddy had something to do with the involvement of people taking her money and her having this person over her life? Does she know? Okay, she knows that, but I guess she has to prove it. Because remember, guys, all this money that Diddy has. Anyway, that's another story. We won't talk about that right now. Okay, somebody asked about Britney, then I got Wendy, and okay. All right, let's see what else we got. What else we got? Hey, Nicholas, thank you. Hey, T. It's Nicholas. Hung out in Old Town Sacramento. Wow, Nicholas. And ate at a artsy farts restaurant on Seco Broadway in OG Tower Record Store. Wow, great. So you're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Nicholas, for updating us. So Nicholas is doing good, guys. He just had that surgery. So I'm happy. Thank you, Nicholas, for the super chat. Wow, so you're up and doing well. Back at you tenfold. Yep, good thing. Glad to hear it. Yeah, Wendy Williams was the first to talk about the gay rappers. But guys, we see what happened now. We see what happened. That's how they got that's how they got everybody to do what they wanted them to do. Nobody could talk because they went to these parties, they got drugged up, and then he has everybody recorded and they have to be quiet unless they want everything to get out about what they were doing. So this is how he did his thing. Could you see if Josh Hawley is sincere about not voting for the big beautiful bill? Okay, let's see. Spirit. Is Josh Hawley sincere about not voting for the big beautiful bill? Yes, he is, Peaceful. Are they really turning against him like that? Wow. He must know somebody that's going to affect. Ashton Kutcher was at a freak off and he left the country now. Yeah, they got to leave the country. Oh, yeah, I rang the bell, Peaceful. Thank you. Yes, everyone, remember to hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, he blackballed her. And poor Britney. Okay. Was Keith Sweat involved? That's a good question. Keith Sweat. All right, Spirit. Was Keith Sweat involved with Diddy? Yes. Spirit. Was he involved with the freak off parties? No. Was Keith Sweat involved with Epi? Was Keith Sweat involved with Epi? Yes. Was he involved in anything criminal like with little people? No. No. Them either. I'm curious. All right, guys. Let me read on. Did I read on T Rump already? Anyway, see what the energies are around T Rump. It's been 2 hours. It's time for me to get off of here. Let's see what the energies are around T Rump. I'll just clear. Let me just light my sage. Okay. All right, Spirit, talk to us about T Rump. What are the energies around him this last week of May? He's still looking for help from overseas. Page of Wands. Concerning the vote. So they're still looking at the vote. Will anything come out? You have the Ten of Swords. So he's being stabbed in the back, probably by his own people. And when we talk about the votes, we're talking about now, even the votes, the new things that he's bringing up, the new things that he's bringing up, and his people, his own people are fighting him about it. We have the Five of Wands, and we're talking about a lot of chaos happening within the party, And we have the Nine of Swords. Yeah, we have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords. He's worried. He is worried about these people that are turning against him. So we're going to see more of that. We're going to see the Ace of Swords, all these swords coming out, guys. So some truths are going to be coming out. People are really going to start standing up, even his own people, standing against him. I think they're ready to let him go, to cut him out, to be rid of him. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. We're talking about the money. So some information is going to be coming in concerning money that's being that he's messed with. That's, he's taking the money that he's taken away, and how he's using it. He's using it to fund, like the other billionaires. This is slowly coming out, how he's using the money instead of doing what he should be doing, and why he wants to cut so many things. And I think this is one of the reasons that the people, are going to, they're starting, his own party is starting to take it down. And here is the devil. We're talking about him. And some of them don't want to be chained to him any longer. The Four of Swords. So yes, we're going to see more retreating, more people retreating from his party. And not only that, there may be a situation in where he may have to step back. Something may happen with him this upcoming week. But here's justice showing up. Here's justice. So I believe that whatever is going on in the GOP, they're going to go against what some of the things that he's doing. And this justice card, though, puts me in the mind of they are not going to be signing all those or going along with all those things that he wants to put forward. A Queen of Pentacles. I think that's the women in the Supreme Court that are watching what he's doing with some of the money, maybe some of the votes, something that they have to vote on, because here we have the 10 of Pentacles, in which they're talking about, the legacy money. I think this is more about votes again. I think the courts are, we still haven't found, it still hasn't been legally brought forward that he had messed with the votes. And I think that this is something may come up with it this week, before this month is over, guys. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, again, about the money, but a new beginning, maybe more security around the boat and that kind of thing. So we're going to find out, I believe we're going to find out more information about that coming up. So we have that to look forward to next week. And let me see, let me just make sure, guys. Let me just make sure you don't have any other questions. Will any athletes be named? Well, we saw one big name already. He was at the. He said it ain't no party like a Diddy party. Y'all know who that was. I ain't got to call his name. Um, that's a good question though. Spirit. Will any athletes be called to testify? Says yes. First of all, let me. Okay, so were any athletes um, subpoenaed to testify? Spirit. Yes. Okay. Have they already given their testimony? No. So will they appear in court? Will any of the athletes appear in court? Yes. Okay. Will they appear for the prosecution? No. Will they appear for the defense? Yes. Okay. Will one of these athletes be a basketball player? Yes. Okay, so I don't want to call his name. You guys know. Okay. Did Qatar government bug the plane that was given to Orange Menace? Did he get the plane, Christine? I know there was a lot of back and forth going on about that. Did he actually end up with it? All right, Spirit. Was the plane that was given to T Rump, Orange Peel, Orange Menace, was it bugged? Yes. Does the government know about the plane being bugged? Yes. Did they remove the bugs? No. Hmm. Okay. I won't go down the conspiracy line on that. But yeah, it was. Okay. Hmm. I don't know. Did you hear that? Magic Johnson was sick. Spirit. Is Magic Johnson sick? Yes. Is it a serious illness, Spirit? Is it a serious illness? No. Thank you. Will he recover? Yes. He'll recover. Whatever it was, it's not um it's not life threatening. Nicholas, thank you again. Got a heavy question. Please use extra protection and blessings on it. Has Orange got the evil spirit of Roman Caesar Nero whispering in his ear? Well, since you told me to use extra caution, I gotta light my sage again. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm gonna ask. Okay, Spirit. Does Orange Peel have the evil spirit of Roman Caesar Nero whispering in his ear? I'm getting yes. Does Orange Peel know who he's listening to? No. Is Roman Caesar Nero um, giving him improper information intentionally? Yes. Wow. That's a good question, Nicholas. Um, does does Orange Peel realize that he has negative forces attached to him? No. Wow, that was a good question. That's for you, Nicholas. Thank you. And this is for any spirits that may be lingering around because of orange peel is uh, because of the questions we've asked about orange peel. They have to leave now. I command you to leave now. You're not welcome here. Thank you. Now, let me just pull a card, make sure they're gone. Hey, Spirit, there are any negative entities around here, around me, now, or any of my subscribers because of questions we've asked. There are any negative spirits around. Five of Swords. It's like if they were, they're gone now. Something's changed. Okay, so they're gone now. Spirit, are there any negative entities around me at this time? Nope, I cleared them out. Were there any around me in the past, Spirit? Were they around me in the past? No. I always do my prayer and everything before I even come online. I make sure everything's clear. And then with the burning of the sage, but you never know. You never know. But I always command that they get away. Don't come back. Bye. You're not welcome here. And it works. Okay. You know, you're right, Joyce. Joyce is saying, is MTTG and Orange Peel really not getting along? It's hard to believe that these people all of a sudden turn against him, isn't it? I mean, is this fake or what? You know, okay, Spirit. Is MTG and Orange Peel not getting along? Is this true? It's true. Is MTG afraid that she will lose her position in Congress? That's the only reason she would be at him. Okay. Yes, she's afraid of that. So, Spirit, will she lose her position in Congress at the next vote? Will she lose her position? Yes. See, that's what a lot of these Republicans are afraid of is their money is going to be cut off and all the luxuries and all that kind of stuff. They're going to have to go get a real job. I can't wait to see what happens with them. Okay. I got that. I think I got that, Nicholas. I know it was slow coming. Okay. Artsy Girl Maryland says one tarot reader spoke to Washington, D.C. World Pride celebration. Will it be peaceful? All right, Spirit. Will the Washington, D.C. World Pride celebration be peaceful? Will it be peaceful, Spirit? Yep, it's going to be peaceful. And you're welcome. It's going to be peaceful. That's good. I'm laughing at some of you guys' comments here. Okay, since they didn't remove the bug, which government put it there? Us or them? Okay, let's see if Qatar. Did Qatar, Spirit, did Qatar bug the plane that they gave to Trump? They did. So Orange Peel knows that it's bugged. Yes. So are they letting Qatar hear what they want them to hear? Is that the thing? Yes. Does Qatar know that? Thank you, Spirit. Does Qatar know that the US government knows that it is bugged? Do they know that? No. But it's crazy that they would think that they could bug um, the plane and the United States government wouldn't check it out. Good, Bonsil. Yeah, that's how you get rid of them. Your power is bigger, greater. Bonsil says she's over here saying, "Get out," because you're not welcome here either. Yeah, they have to go. You're the light. Do the same thing, guys, if you feel like you have any kind of attachments to you, because sometimes we do, and we don't know it. You can do the same thing with your body. Okay. Latrice wants to know. Okay. Does Orange Peel have dementia? Yes. Is he aware that he has dementia? Has he been told this? Yes. You can see there's something wrong with him, though. I mean, and then he wants to talk about how Biden didn't give all of his information out about his cancer. He wants to talk about that. And he's never given out any information about him except to say that he's the healthiest president ever. He doesn't have any health problems at all. Okay, well, oh, did we read on that? Will it pass? I thought there was a no. We'll see. All right. Will the big, beautiful bill, Spirit, pass the Senate? Will it pass in the Senate? Saying yes. So will the big, beautiful bill become law? No. Says it's going to pass, but how is it not going to become law? It's not going to become law, guys. Stranger things have happened. We have to wait and see how that works, how that goes. It won't become law. Okay. Okay, guys. Let me pull a card for us. Then I am going to get off of here. Okay, Spirit, give us some information. What do you want us to know today, Spirit? What do you want us to know today, Spirit? Give us information for us today, Spirit. Says be on the lookout for exciting business opportunities to unfold. And what I think about this, guys, is that now that so many people are losing their jobs and things like that, you kind of have to create your own business, whatever it is that you may need to do, because the way things are going, I don't think he's going to be. The only thing is, he's messed up things so much already. It's probably going to take at least a year to straighten things out again. So people could be at a loss, for at least a year after he's gone. So this may be an opportunity for us all to think about doing some other things to bring in some income, extra income. Okay, guys, so that's what Spirit is saying. All right, thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Thank you for the donation. Thank you so much to all of my monitors also. I appreciate you guys. And you guys have a good evening. Oh, I will be on tomorrow night, guys, before we hang up. I will be on tomorrow night for members only, and I will be answering some of your questions, personal questions, okay? For members only. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.